All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome aboard. We're doing a rare Tuesday night flight. Not often I get to fly on Tuesday nights, so welcome aboard. We're taking the LearJet from Kalispell, Montana, all the way down to Moab, Utah. Going to be a fun little flight. They do have me flying a flight level 4-5. No, we'll go up to 450 because we have half bank. And then also, I need to check and see if that is on there. Give me 1 second. Oh, yep, nice. Okay, yes, so we have something we can play with today. So we do have the half bank, and we'll be able to utilize that. So let's continue with our start. We are in the pre-start. We've come all the way down here. Batteries coming on. Inverters on. Emergency lights set. System pressure, hydraulics good. Emergency air pressure is good. Parking brake has been set. Hydraulic pump is off and unseated our lights. We could go ahead and press that for you. There we go. Clear the warning for now. Or the master caution. Morning systems are set. We're good with those. And we will start one engine since we do not have a GPU. So with that, we make sure you are down. We are set. And engine number 1. Start. Oh, got some great noise there. So while that one's getting spooled up, we will go over to our settings and we will get that cabin door closed. Chocks have been pulled and we do not have a door light anymore. So we are good there. Once it stabilizes, we can pull it back down into generator mode. Oh, let's go back over to our checklist for you. Frank, welcome back, brother. Hey, all right, Frank. All right, yeah, so we've been through all of that. We do have that. Let's go ahead and turn this up to gen mode since we are on the ground. Don't need to worry about that. And there we go. We are left to right bleed switches. Cabin air is good. Auto manual switch is good. Cabin controller, we're going up to 450. Sorry. I always forget you guys can't necessarily see that far away. All the way up to max cruise altitude. So this is going to be a fun one. There we go. All right. 450, rate selector set, cabin temperature controls have been set, trim systems, primary, secondary, off, power on the yaw dampers, we're good. And we'll also set our takeoff trim. Oh. So, yeah. Oh, and then we need to get our fuel on board. So it says we need 4,056 pounds. Let's go to fuel. All the way up there, 4,056. We'll go 4,100. 4,132 looks good to me. Sits in there well. All right, and let's see. Alright, so our total weight 15,304. We are going to try something. I think I found something previously on, so we can bring this here maybe. Man, it's always fun to move this one around. Alright, so checklist. JD checklists. LearJet. Flysimware, the dark. There we go. And now I think we have some performance numbers. Look at that. Oh, yeah. So let's see about. Let's move this over to here. This could get a little interesting. Let's move it to right here. All right. And so if we, can we increase? Okay. So load factors, speed, max takeoff weight. Yep. All good there. Engine limitations, got all those. Now, takeoff trim. So our CG. This shows our center. Oh boy, what happened there? All right. This shows our center of gravity at 18.8. So our center of gravity here, 7.7 to 7.3. If we look right here, we're let's see. Oh. Shows us about 7 point something. Let's see. .3, and I think we're set there. So center gravity 18.8. We are there. We are in our envelope. So yeah, we are good. Takeoff weight 15.3. So then if we go down here, and outside air temperature is 0. Nice and cold day here, so 0 centigrade. So N1, and we're at 5,000 feet, so 96.5%. So 96.5. There we go. We're set. N1 reminder, 96.5. All right, that's our max continuous climb power and cruise. So perfect. Now we can maybe move this out of the way just a little bit. Maybe I just put it down here. A little awkward working with that one, but there we go. All right, so on to continue with our checklists. All right, where were we? Yaw dampers, fuel panel set. We are good there. Fuel controllers, quantities are good. Cockpit voice recorder, drag chute, takeoff data has been put. Oh, and let's see if that is in here. So we're at 15,000 feet. Flaps at 8, and our V rotate will be 130. So we set this to 130. It's set right there. And then V2 133, and we're set. So let's go just this way a little bit. 133, and rotate will be right here at 130. There we go. We're solid there. Okay, on to our start checklist. Wow. Something wonky is going on. I think it has to do with this checklist, but that's okay. All right, so maybe I can just hide this. There we go. All right, so got all that in. Cabin door secure, fuel computers on, air conditioner off, aux heat off, batteries on, inverters on, parking brake set, hydraulic pump off, beacon light, oh, should be on. And strobes coming on. Thrust levers are set. Engine start gen switches. If GPU, battery start, voltmeter, ammeter stall. There we go. Flaps have been set to 8. Hydraulic pressure is looking good. Other engine. We'll give number 1 a start now. And I am flying version 1.2.1. Just came out yesterday. So I haven't gone in. I do go in now and change the aircraft config file to get rid of this fuel truck and these people and the small pushback, so they're not in my way when I'm ready to taxi. So okay, engine number 1 is on and up to gen. Batteries charged, voltmeters and meters are all set before taxi. All right, now we can go ahead and get everything on that we need to. Avionics coming on. Probe heats, beacon, radio altimeter come across here, set, and none of those. Get that one turned on for you. All right, so going to our flight plan. We are going from Glacier here in Kalispell, and we're going all the way down to Moab. Actually, Kilo Charlie November Yankee, and that'll be Canyonlands, just outside of Moab. Going to be a pretty direct flight, so we're going to load a procedure leaving out of here. The departure will be the Ridge 1 off of runway 2. Transition ridge, so there is none, and then direct into KCNY. Load departure. Oh, I have set up so that when we are, there you go, KCNY, we will into the load procedure. It will be the approach, and we will be doing the RNAV runway 3. And that will be coming in from Kidney. We'll load that approach. So we are set. We can go here, set our cruise altitude 450. And that is set there. 450 set in our window. 29.902. That is current METAR for our departure airport, which is VFR. Let's see if they have any ATIS. Did I set up departure runway 2? Yeah. Departure runway 2. Set. And let's see. I think we're set. We are ready to roll. All right, continuing on with our checklist. Radar at standby, it's set. We'll go ahead and turn it on, give you something to look at. There we go. Yeah, circuit breaker is good. Coffee oven, fuel control governor, windshield heat, no worries. Lights on as required. Anti-skid has been set. Pass breather, no. Parking brake can come off. And I think we are ready to roll. Let's make sure that's working. Parking brake is off. We can go ahead and hit our taxi lights. And we're going to runway 2. Let's bring that up. So like I thought, we'll go up here, make the left-hand turn all the way down to runway 2. Here we go, folks. Yeah, I'll get rid of this so we can see something. There we go. Looks like there's a bit of a hill between us and the runway. Alrighty then. Interesting terrain. But Frank, I want to thank you for joining me here for this flight. Quick one. So as is the dealio, life got in the way today, so didn't go to work. Once I got done taking care of life things, then I hopped in the old airplane, getting ready to go. We're gonna run out here, get to the end of the runway, hop out, take a look at the aircraft. We are flying version 1.2.1. Couple little changes, squashed a couple bugs, got a couple things going. Do need to go out and look at it. And we can Nice. When are you going to do that? You going to do that tonight? Or are you going to try and do that this weekend? What? Let's see if I got... Alright, coming up to the end of the runway. We will definitely get out and take a look at the aircraft. Couple little things check out. Copy. Where are you going to spawn in? Maybe, are you going to do that here in just a minute? So, alright, we're going to come up here. Stop here at the end of the runway. Going to get out and look at a couple of things. Runway 2 holding short, and we'll set our park brake. Park brake set. Now it's time to get out of the aircraft. So now if you ask me, there's nothing... Oh, look, got some paint issues. Nothing sexier than the squat on this airplane. Squat in the stairwell. Get you going on a scale of 1 to 10 every time. Beautiful airplane. Have our flaps set. Have a couple little paint issues. Everybody is aware of that, I believe. I did get one livery that does show that is compatible with the newer versions. I think it changed on 1.9. Oh no, nothing like the squat from the behind. That squat of a Learjet, sexy beast right there. So back into the aircraft, we're gonna go ahead. Ah, yeah. 7 out of 10. Ah, it's a good looking airplane though. They got to get their paints going. All right, taxiing before takeoff, brakes and set. Fuel panel's good. Thrust reversers armed. Flight controls free and clear. Flight instruments are checked and on. Takeoff data has been put in. We are set. We're going to go to altitude select. No. Now we can go altitude select. And we will go nav mode. Long range nav. We have our flight directors. We're set. Voltmeters and meters. Nav equipment. Radar is on. Spoilers are down. Flaps are set for 8. Trim is set. Pressurization's good. Cabin air set, and cabin anti-ice, electrically heated windshield, crew takeoff briefing is good. Runway lineup, here we go. Lights coming on. Recog lights coming on. And we can go ahead and turn our transponder on too. Pitot heat's coming on. We have nothing up here. Ignition's coming on. And here we go. Departure heading will be 020. Let's get out here and get a little stop. Looks like we got a little bit of a wet runway. Might add a little weather go through here. Zero 20, we are set up. We are lined up, ready to roll. Going to add power. Stand on the brakes for a minute. Let everything settle out. Fuel flow is good. Everything has stabilized. Have nothing going on. Going to set takeoff power. And 96.5. Brakes released. Here we go. Airspeed's alive. V1 rotate and V2 gear coming up. Go. And we can go ahead and engage autopilot now. We will adjust our pitch for 250 knots or so. We want about 850 degrees on the engine temp. Flaps coming up. Beautiful Kalispell, Montana. Flathead Lake. So gear is up. We are set. We can go ahead and turn off our set there. Disarm those. Climbing through about 8,000 feet. There we go. We are 250 knots, a little faster there. And, oh, well, kind of a pain. I'll have to get that over here and see if we can bring that over. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's something I didn't see. Now we'll have to go do a night flight. Alright, coming through 10,000 feet, recog light can come off. Let's go through our after takeoff. Just need to slow her down just a little bit. Landing gear, yaw dampers coming on. Engaged. Thrust reversers, flaps up. Ignition off. Pressurization's okay. Landing taxi lights off. Autopilot is engaged. Hydraulic pressure is good. Angle of attack indicators are reading A-OK. Climbing through 12,000 feet. Our climb checklist, 10,000 foot checks, we're set. We're still good with our folks in the back. Climbing through some weather here. Got a little aggressive with the old thrust levers over here. Looking to get about 850 degrees here. Keeping our fuel flow balanced, which looks like we're doing all right for now. And there you go. Going to try and maintain about 250 knots using our autopilot trim. And I think we're well underway. Don't even have to worry about changing our altimeter because we are at 2.992 anyhow. The only thing we need to worry about now is we can now accelerate, so we can do that. Try and set our trim so that we are climbing at about 2,000 feet per minute for now. Once we get over about 30,000 feet, we'll go ahead and hit half bank angle. So, let's look at our departure. I mean, I guess we could go off to Missoula. I think we'll be good with Kidney in there. Nice little flight. Hopefully we timed this. I put the time in so that we should have a nice sunset arrival down into Moab. Frank, always good to hear from you, man. All right. 10,000 feet, 18,000 feet, recog light came off, air conditioner, oxygen, emergency pressurization, 35,000 feet. Air conditioner come off, flight level 410. We're good. We don't have to worry about putting on our O2 mask. So we're going to continue our climb, continue our acceleration, trying to get up to about 2,000 feet per minute. Aircraft is doing its thing. Coming up on riding, we should make a pretty good hard left-hand turn. And then it's literally a straight shot through. Oh, I do need to go here, window picker. I think we're 6201. .6021, so there we go. 6021 altitude reporting. We are good. Didn't look like there was anybody online. Had Seattle Center on, but we're just outside their airspace. 2,000 feet, accelerating smartly. Once we get to within about 1,000 feet of flight level 450, if we're not already there, we'll kind of try and slow our vertical speed to about 500 feet per minute. So yeah, there you go. Right over there is Flathead Lake. Just coming up on it there. I have a buddy that I'd call family that has family that lives up there. Look at the moon. Nice shot there. Alright, let's see if we can actually put in, let's see if we can look at our, so if we go to our vertical profile and target altitude for our approach. Intercept altitude 7,200 feet. So we can put that in here, 7,200 feet. target waypoint is Neary. Yay, there. Oh, sorry. So you can see that. And 2,000 feet per minute. We're good. We're about an hour and 15 minutes away from the top of our descent, so glad to have our calculations back. Still trucking along. See if I can add a little more gas. I am full throttle on my HOTAS, so N1 reminder. $96.5. So we are A-okay. We are over 30,000 feet. Guess what? Half bank. Did we already make our turn? Dang it. We have made our turn, so we are less than 10,000 feet away from the top of our climb. Oh, so tell me what you think, everyone, about the VATSIM going to CTAF. So you'll have to pull up your CTAF as well as monitor all the other frequencies. CTAF's around like a busy airport area or congested area if there's no air traffic control. It's what happens in real life, but we're fortunate enough in real life we don't have to worry about not having controllers on. So could be a little chaotic. We are all responsible for see and avoid, so be careful with that. I guess they're starting the test of that on the 1st of March, if I saw it correctly. You're gonna like it, Frank? I think it might be cool. It's going to push a lot of people into getting Navigraph charts so that you know which frequency to be on, because there's, I think Denver Airport's 22.9 or 5, so if you're flying in there. But you have to be able to look at a chart to figure it out, or maybe they could put a little map on VATSIM that you can click on and see which airport CTAF frequencies are being used. I think it'll be good. It'll increase the immersion. Instead of always just clicking over to 22.8, you'll have to go to CTAF. And with that, we are getting ready for cruise. Pressurization's good, fuel management's okay, engine instruments alright, cabin temp and other systems, we'll just keep an eye on those, and we can go ahead and stow the old iPads so we don't kill the battery. 564 miles till we're at our starting our, well, till we're at our approach, so still climbing about 1,200 feet per minute. Tyson, welcome. Yeah, hey, that's kind of cool. So interesting you bring that up. Last night at my airport, we at Denver. Nice. So Tyson, I just had a 757 divert into my airport last night because they had a mechanical issue. So have your dad make sure he checks the slats on the right side. One of the one of the panels just sort of came apart. So kind of interesting. It was a good alert. It was originally a flight from San Francisco to Boston. So Tyson, welcome aboard. If you like this kind of flying, hit the like and subscribe, buddy. Appreciate you. And I take it, Tyson, you're from Hawaii? All right. All right, we are coming up. We're about 5,000 feet away from the top of our climb. And we'll start lowering our nose a little bit, adjusting our trim angle so that we are level. And then Tyson, welcome. Glad to hear you're a future pilot. Flying so much fun. Can't recommend it enough. Get in with your dad, listen to what he has to say, do your math, and yeah, you want to fly for commercial airlines, you want to go corporate, we can talk about all that in here. So So 42,000 feet. We are in the thin air up here, so nice and cold. It's only minus 26. Copy. Going commercial and military. Good job, man. Oh, nice. Do as much reading as you can now. Yeah, all right. So we're chugging right along, climbing up to 450. We're about 2,000 feet away from that. Still climbing 1,000 feet per minute. Airspeed's checking in right about 0.7475 Mach. And we'll nose over here in just about another 1,500 feet. All right, 1,000 feet to go. All right, 500 feet to go. looking for is 96.5. Oh, the aim. What a pain. Good book. Know how to find stuff in that book. Just keep that nearby. It's a good book to have around. Alright, gonna level off here at about 45,000 feet. Looking pretty good down there. Nice day for flying. Tyson, I'm no longer a pilot. I'm a former pilot. Well, yes, I'm a former pilot, but I haven't flown since the 90s. So, saying that, it's been a very long time I've flown in real life. Ninety-six point 96.5 is what we're looking for. I think that might hold us a little bit on the fast side. I was commercial and private. I wanted to go corporate aviation, but beyond that, nah. Things were a little different. We just had partial shares started becoming a thing. So it used to be you had a company and they had a corporate flight department. Instead of you being able to buy, say, a quarter share of a jet or something like that, you had to like be with the company, or you had to personally buy your own aircraft. And so a lot has changed in aviation since then, for the better, I think. So I never really did want to go with the United or TWA or Hawaiian Airlines route. I always wanted to do some sort of corporate aviation. So right now, just trying to get my throttle set to a good power setting. Looks like 91.7. Our fuel flows are matched up pretty good. Temperatures are sitting right about even. It looks like we're holding our airspeed to 0.78 Mach right there. I may want to drop these down to, let's drop this one down to 91.6 on 91.5 on the number 1. There we go. Yeah, I watch Fly with Ern a lot. He's great. I got a bunch of friends that I work at an airport now. I work at Denver Airport, and I have a bunch of friends that are pilots. Yep, Big Ern, he's a good guy. He's definitely worth watching. Frank, you giving me grief about being alive in the 90s? Maybe a little. See if we can hold 91.9. See how that does for my airspeed there. I think we're holding up pretty good. So now that we are at cruise, we'll go over look at our vertical. Looks like we are just over 46 minutes away from the top of our descent. Do you fly helicopters or do you actually fly some fixed wing guys for the Army? Let's see if we can set 92.0. Blackhawks. Blackhawks are a nice aircraft. All right, folks. We are at cruise for 45,000 feet above the earth. Above the oceans. Doing pretty good. We're trucking right along. We're about 45 minutes away from the top of our descent. I'm going to go ahead and hop out. Got to take my dog for a quick spin around the backyard. So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys chill out here for a minute. I'm going to go let Alice out. Frank, hit me up. Let me know how Bella's doing. I'll be back in just a couple minutes. Enjoy some music. So here you go. Alright, fellas. I'm back. Looks like you guys had a good chat. Alright, back in the flight deck, still chugging along about 0.78 Mach. We are hustling right along. Looks like we're about 30 minutes even away from our top of descent. Tyson, Frank. Alright. Perfect. And we'll go look at our approach. Alright, so we'll be coming in from Kidney. We'll not necessarily super hard turn, but we're good. Hanog, Neary, and then Felta, 5,600. Go around altitude is 5,800 feet, and then climbing left turn to 8,100 feet. Let's see what we got out there. Not too bad. Oh, Ace Combat's fun. Yeah, it's a good one. It sounds like it. I don't know. I'll have to look at We'll see. Well, that appears to be Bobby, little Bobby. So we got Bobby and what do we got? Cindy? Yep. Bobby and Cindy back there. Dorothy and Alicia are the ones facing backwards. The M1's a pretty good tank, fellas. All right, Tyson, we'll be starting our descent here in about 20 minutes. Enjoy yourself. We'll still be here. Alright, we're about 300 miles away from our next waypoint, which should be Kidney. $8,100 feet for that. Oh, 3.5 degrees. There's our top of descent. Frank, Bella doing okay? Yay. A little bit of light chop up here. What time is it? It is 32. I guess we can look at the map, see where we're at. Got Salt Lake City coming up on our right, just flying over the range. Let's see if we can see down there. No. Can't see down in the valley yet. There it is. You see the north tip of Salt Lake City right up there. And I guess we could look at our little airport that we're landing in. Final approach course 030, looking pretty good. Cruise all the way up there. All the way to the end, probably. So, looks like they have some skydiving happening over here. And yeah, just a gravel strip there, probably just for launching the skydiving planes. So, we're a little bit away from landing. We're probably about I'd call it 45 minutes or less. So we're now just about 15, yeah, so we're about 45 minutes or so from landing. Alright. We'll see you in a minute, pal. Lake. Interesting. Got a little road across it. Airport right there. I see it. Alright. What are we, about 10 minutes away from our descent? Let's bring up our checklist. Let's make sure we have the descent checklist checked off. Windshield heat, cabin controller, anti-ice systems, 1800 or 18,000 or lower, altimeters, recog, pressurization, no smoking. Well, I guess we could let them sit around. There we go. Alright, well, we are set for our descent. Again, what we'll do is we'll adjust our altitude down. What are we going down to? 8,700. Tango 34. What's Tango 34? Oh, I see. And 5340. It's going to be 782 feet. So on our radar, 7. So we'll make it 800 feet. Radar altimeter set for that. Copy. Decision height. Cool. And our altitude, we're going down to 7,200. 720. So again, like we've done in the past, Frank, we're going to go ahead and have the speed hold on. Then we'll drop the power until we get to about 2,000 feet vertical speed. And we'll just hold it right there. Chop right there. Clear air turbulence. Good thing we'll be heading down in about 10 minutes or less. Eight minutes. Working the cabin's tough. You have to be a good people person there. Cousin a good people person? Ah, good. Man, getting beat up by the winds up here. Must be cutting through the jet stream. Did you guys see how there were a couple passenger jets that made it up to like 800 knots ground speed because they were flying in the jet stream a couple days ago, maybe over the weekend? That's crazy. Oh, nice. Hawaiian Airlines is a good airline. We don't see them much here on the mainland, so. We used to see a Hawaiian 767 when the Oakland Raiders used to fly into Denver, because that's what they always flew on. So we are about 4 minutes away from our descent. I'm in Colorado, Tyson. Yeah, I'm in Denver. I work at the Denver airport. Alright, here we go. A couple minutes to go and then we'll be heading down. Man, picking up a heck of a headwind. Yeah, see a lot of United, see a lot of Southwest. Of course, we see the Frontier. I'm actually one of the duty managers for the airport. Alright, so we are going to go ahead and go altitude select, altitude hold off. And once we cross over our top of descent button, I will nose over a little bit, pull the power back. Actually, we will hold this speed. Pull the power until we reach about 2,000 feet per minute. There's our message saying it's time for us to start our descent, approaching top of descent. And now we can start pulling back on the throttle. I never flew for an airline. I wanted to go corporate. Alright, coming over top of descent now. Pull the power back a little bit until we reach about 2,000 foot per minute. There we go. We're sitting right on about a 2,000 foot per minute drop. And top of descent, poking out just a little bit there. So we're doing good, chugging right along. Oh, they're no longer around. It used to be a company called Storage Tech. Yeah, corporate gigs. You don't necessarily. It's yeah. So I never flew for like quarter shares or exec jet or anything like that. It was more of a private CEO flying around sort of stuff, important people. So they're not around. I don't necessarily get to fly free. I ended up moving to Australia for a little bit, and yeah, after that it's just too expensive to kind of have your own airplane and do all the other fun stuff. So I started working for an airport. That way I get to sleep in my own bed at night. There's the moon. Oh yeah, I don't have an airplane or anything like that, but yeah, I mean, not sure what you're asking. I haven't flown an airplane in real life in 20 plus years, pal. Um, so love it. It's a lot of fun. Simulators are bringing back a lot of the old fields, so um, it's definitely it's definitely a lifelong thing. You'll always be into aviation. You always want to fly. So sometimes you just want to let somebody else do the handiwork. And it's a little bumpy up here. Man, you can almost see the crosswind pushing me off to the left. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I was a little confused some of the questions you were asking, but thanks, man. 030 for the runway heading. All right, we are set. We are on our descent. We are coming through 35,000 feet, so we'll turn off half bank. Full banking authority now. – 7,200 feet, then 6,000 feet, and then 5,600 feet. And I think we should be good. 3.5 degree slope. We should be able to do that visually. We'll see how it looks when we get down there. Oh, and we'll be doing about 120, so... Alright, we're cruising along, 0.77 Mach all the way down, coming through 32,000 feet. And let's go back to our flight, see how our winds are cooperating. Winds are doing okay, looks like they are calm. Runway 03 arrival. And if we go here, information. Open the airport again, look at it, let's look at the weather. Real world, nothing there. Terminal area forecast. METAR. Alright, winds are 000 at 0 knots. 10 statute miles visibility, so it should be clear. Overcast 8,500 feet. Temperature 10. Dew point -2. Altimeter 3008. So we'll put that here in the Colesman window. 3008. We're doing pretty good. Alright, windshield heat, cabin controller. We could go ahead and bring that down. What's our airfield elevation? 4558. So, cabin pressurization, cabin altitude, 45. So we'll do it about there. Good to go there. Alright, we're solid. Like I thought, I think I planned it all right. Should be a nice sunset arrival into Moab. Cabin controller, anti-ice system's good. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the recog light now so I don't have to worry about that. Arm the thrust reversers, we're okay. No smoking past the seatbelt, they're good. We'll go ahead and turn that on. We're solid. Turn on all our lights. There we go. Make sure we're good and visible. Alright, we have all our lights on. We are set. Yaw damper is good. Descending about 2,000 feet per minute. We'll bump that up a little bit. And once we get down to about 18,000 feet, we're going to try and get this slowed up a little bit. I think we are doing a-okay for our descent. There we go, a little bit of lights on there. I have not been to Hawaii in a very long time. I have not been to Hawaii yet, no. I have a friend that just moved down there, and I can't tell you which island she's on. Maybe Oahu. Is that the big one where Honolulu is? I think she's there. Now remember, our airfield elevation is 4,000 feet, so getting slowed down and set up for this approach. We are good. We're about 34 miles away. Let's go ahead and go to our flight plan. Should have our altitudes on it. So you see right there, 8,100 feet at Hanog, 7,200 feet at Neary, 6,000 feet at Felta. We should be good to go. Yeah. So dropping through 19,000 feet. Once we get below 18,000 feet, reset the Colesman window to 3008 and continue our descent. Do need to kind of back off the power a little bit and shallow out our approach. Got some amazing speed going there. So coming through 18,000 feet. Screaming right in. $8,100 feet of Kidney. Welcome back, Frank. We are just about ready to start our approach, heading into Kidney. Oh yeah, saw them all. Flew Pan Am a lot when I lived overseas in the Middle East, and then TWA as well. Flew on a lot of 747s, so. Alright, we're about 6,000 feet away from our target altitude. Got about 10 miles to lose that 6,000 feet. Slowing down real good. We are below 250 knots. So I had a little bit of speed. You should see the airport right up there. Yeah. Just saw an interesting show, I don't know, engineering something, talking about how they had a British 747 that they were taking into heavy maintenance check. That was kind of cool, how they have that special hangar built just for it. There's the airport. Alright, let's get the aircraft slowed up. We're getting ready to hit our initial approach fix at Kidney. Want to be 8,100 feet there. The airport's right back over there. Alright, windshield heat, no need for that. Cabin air controller, anti-ice systems, altimeter, recog light is already on. We are set, pass briefing, approach, and final. We can switch on to that checklist. Circuit breakers in, hydraulic pressure good, landing date is good, fuel is a-okay, approach setup and briefing, we are good. Set there before landing. Spoilers, flaps, we're going to be adding flaps here in just a minute. Landing gear down. Landing taxi lights are already on. A-skid, engine sync, we're good. Flaps, yaw damper. Once we get turned on to final, we'll turn that little fella off. So getting ready to make our left-hand turn at Kidney. Inbound to Hanog, 8,100 feet is what we're looking for. We are a little bit high, but that is perfectly fine. We're not too high. So 8,100 feet until we get to Hanog. Hanog, we need to be 8,100 feet. So we're good. Kidney to Hanog. Nice time to descend down to 8,100 feet. And we can go ahead and adjust our altitude down a little further. 45-58. And bring the power out just a little bit. You can see the runway right up there. So 8,100 feet. Next one's 7,200 feet, so we're doing pretty good. Plus right along about 200 knots. Still a little choppy down here. So yeah, we're landing just outside of Moab. There's Moab over there. Got our little left-hand turn. Looks like I do have the PAPI lights on. A little bumpy here. Alright, with that, we're slowing below 200 knots. 8 degrees flaps. We are set. Lights set. Fuel set. Gas undercarriage mixture prop. Remember GUMPS, fellas. Remember GUMPS. G-U-M-P. Gas undercarriage mixture and prop. We're about 1 nautical mile away from Hanog. Neary, we want to be at 7,200 feet, so making the turn now. 1,000 feet per minute. Ah, looks like this is not a straight-in arrival. Alright, I'm going to fly this aircraft. And bring the power back a little bit. Alright, 20 degrees flaps, and we are below 200 knots. Gear down. And a little bit higher approach here because it's a 3.5 degree glide slope. You can see we have an equal mix of red and white lights up there. nearing 7,200. And we're just a little bit out from there, so add a little bit of power. The approach is going to look a little funny because of the higher approach path. And next one we want, after nearing Felta 6,000 feet. Don't want to dive for it like that. There we go. Holding about 150 knots. There we go. Decision height, we will continue, have the runway in sight. Gear is down, pull the power back just a little more. And there's, you see why we have to hold this altitude while we're out here. Got a bunch of terrain right before the runway. Next altitude, still supposed to be holding 6,000, there we go. Gear down, flaps full, lights on, airspeed's good. Thrust reverser's armed. Okay. There's the other part. That's why we have to have, let's see, what are we looking for? I think we're at 5,800 or 5,000, that's what it was. Nah. We are good. Nice little approach. Still low. A little bit slow. There we go. Not going to say this is the best landing ever, but we're doing pretty good. Spoilers up. We've landed. All right, Tyson, nice to meet you. Appreciate you joining me. Frank, thanks for coming in. We'll get it over to the buildings over here, and then we'll get it shut down. Good talking with you guys. I appreciate you being here, both of you. We're doing all right. Yeah, spoilers down, flaps coming up. We'll head over to the main terminal building there. Whoop, that's me from looking down. Let's see, this line leaves here. Ryanair's not bad. Ryanair's a good airline. We just don't fly them a lot over here. go right here. Let's call it a day in front of this building right here. Get up here and give ourselves a nice little left turn out so we're facing the runway. And a little helicopter spot there. Oh, look, there's a gas truck. All right, we'll park it right here. I want to say thank you very much, you guys. I appreciate you being here. Nice little sunset arrival into Moab. We're actually in Canyonlands Airport. Not a bad airport, so. There we go. All right, we can go ahead and release that one. Turn these off. Get these lights off because we're powering down. I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, post them up in the comments. We'll try and hit those here in a little while. Yeah. Tyson, nice to meet you. Frank, thanks for joining me. Tell Bella, give her some scratches for me. I appreciate it. Yeah, thanks guys. Appreciate you being on the flight. It was a good one. For that, we are done.